There's always something to make art out of right there where you are. You just have to use your creativity and imagination a little bit, you know? If you're like, well, I haven't got exactly what I need, you know what I mean? I need that number 2 pencil and the, oh, this paper's too slick. I like it with a little bit of, you know, whatever. You know, I mean, my God, you're never gonna make anything. Can I help you? You can come in. Well, this is Smokey and Lucas, they're good boys. I grew up out in the country in New Mexico, and there really wasn't a lot else to play with other than junk. I always liked playing in the old dumps and the little whatever you'd find down in the arroyo and stuff. And so once I hit on junk, I never really kind of went back. I started building the cathedral in 1989 when I first moved here. So I just started with a little grouping of individual freestanding sculptures. And then over time, it kind of grew together to the point that people started asking me, what do you call that? I didn't know what to tell them. I called it Yard Space 11 to start off with. So that didn't make any sense to anybody. My mom started calling it the Cathedral of Junk, and then that stuck like glue.
At my grandma's house, we used to play this like duck game. It's like a Nintendo, I think the original Nintendo, they had like, it was like the shooting duck game, and it's like an orange plastic, really chintzy looking gun, and that was like up, you know, 6 feet up in the wall behind like 2 or 3 other things. And so I saw that, I was like, oh my, I've not seen that in probably 20 years. You know, one man's junk is another man's treasure type of thing. And so this is just so bizarre. And you really can't get this in a lot of other cities that you visited. I've been, you know, not traveled worldwide so much, but at least across the United States, and places like this, I mean, it really is what, you know, keeps or makes Austin weird, as they say.
I've had some great celebrities here. Like one of them that really made me smile was the Travelocity gnome. I was like, oh my God, it's a Travelocity gnome. You know, he's got an entourage. You know, that's their job. But yeah, there are haters. I do have haters, believe it or not. There are haters. So they come and they knock on your door and they say, you're in trouble. And they post a sign, and then they go away, and it's up to you to figure out what to do. So that was a big deal. I had to tear down everything within 5 feet of the property line. The whole time I was non-compliant, I had no property rights. I wasn't allowed to rent, sell, lease, or give away this house. To get the engineer to sign off on it after I had torn down everything over the line, right? Whatever was left over had to be signed off on. And what he did was, he came up with how much weight it had to hold on the various different levels. And so we loaded it up with water as a weight test. So it's held way more weight in water than it's ever gonna hold in people weight. There could be people all up and down it. Doesn't matter. It's held way more weight in water. I mean, this is what I like to do. I mean, you can't let haters stop you. There's always gonna be haters. Part of what allowed me to do this was that I had cheap rent for 17 years before I bought this house. Affordability is a big factor when it comes to being an artist. You know, Austin's not affordable, so I don't know where artists can afford to live. Because if you're constantly out there making a buck, how are you supposed to make any art? Austin's changed so much. I mean, if we had if the zoning changed a little bit in this neighborhood, like to a mixed use kind of thing, it might free me up a little bit to like maybe have some help here. Because it's not a business, I'm not allowed to set hours. But if it was mixed use, I might be able to do that. Hello, this is Vince.
Hi, I wanted to know if you had any hours tonight.